We have another 2020 release. Let's hope it's good. Hi guys, welcome to my latest video. Today's review is going to be on the newly released Netflix original Project Power. When a pill that gives its users unpredictable superpowers for 5 minutes hits the streets of New Orleans, a teenage dealer and a local cop must team up with an ex-soldier to take down the group responsible for its creations. I think anyone mildly interested in this kind of thing was very excited when they saw the synopsis for this, because the premise for this movie sounds so cool. And the first half of that was so cool because it felt very unique, you know, it didn't feel generic. Explored some interesting things with this premise, and it was showing that the potential was paying off. It had this cool thing where you took the pill and it showed like their body transformation from within their body. That was obviously to save a bit of money on the special effects of a full body transformation. And speaking of the special effects, they used them to an extent which looked all pretty good, except for this one scene with this man transforming into what looks like a huge deformed version of Shrek. I like the actors that were in this, and I think they all did a great job. I'm a huge fan of Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, so it's just cool to see them in a movie together. And the characters they portrayed, I just all really enjoyed their performances and made their characters fun to follow the journey with. And just overall, this movie was just found very fun. However, the script was quite poor, and at times the dialogue felt very generic and felt like I could write it, so it wasn't anything special. Unfortunately, the second half of this movie was filled with cliches which ventured away from the uniqueness of the first half. And for me, that's when things got predictable. I predicted the whole events of the final act, and it was just sad to see because this movie could have been truly great. And as I mentioned, I'm a big fan of Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but his character in this, as much as I liked it, it did feel like he was playing Blake from The Dark Knight Rises once again. Like, they were literally pretty similar. You know, a cop wants to rebel against the other cops and do what he thinks is right. Felt very familiar. And I know it's partially because they want to use the budget. They don't want any of the CGI to look a bit off. But I thought it was a smart move from this movie to not overuse the powers. But then again, that doesn't mean you have to underuse them. There's large portions of this movie where there is no powers displayed for a good while, and then there's like this small amount of time where there's so many things happening with the powers. And whenever they fought a villain that had taken the pill, you don't see their powers wear off. They always defeat them before it wears off. It could have made for some interesting things just to have those differ a bit, but they all felt the same. Felt like they're having the same fight over and over again. Another thing that had me even more excited about this movie is that I saw it was an R rating, so some graphic things could happen, some gory things, but it just feels like a PG-13 movie. They show some bodies blown up and body parts lying around, but that was like once. They don't have too much gore in any of the fights. There's not anything which would be R-rated, and there's not even that much swearing, you know. At least make something R-rated, but no, it was all very safe and PG-13. So if they marketed it as PG-13 and they actually had it as an official rating, they could have got some more attention from this from the younger audiences. But a bit odd they went for this. If you look at it when it says why it's R-rated, it doesn't say because of drug use or anything, it just says violence, which wasn't really R-rated in this film. Although Project Power was quite disappointing, I actually had a lot of fun with it. You know, there is still some fun to have here with the premise of the whole movie, the concept. You know, if they made a sequel, maybe they can expand on more of the things we all wanted to see, so I actually quite enjoyed it. It wasn't by any means a great movie, but just it was straightforward and it was enough to have a good time. And for that, I'm going to give Project Power a 6 out of 10. Yeah, so just turn off your brain for a bit and try and enjoy it. Thank you for watching this video. I'd really appreciate if you would like and subscribe, as I'm trying to push out a lot of content this month, and your support keeps me motivated to do that and to make better content. But anyways, once again, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video.